And though I'm opinionated to the extreme sometimes, I'm pretty fair-minded. So I've come a long ways, and I thought it was something I wanted to talk about, something to express during these last few minutes of this week's broadcast. It's been a crazy journey, and I can't wait to go to the next step, because it's going to be out of hand. Things are getting better and better. Smoke them if you got them.
Because the John LeBang Show will be right back
after this. That's guaranteed. Yes. If you want a caterer but don't have the budget for a full meal spread, then call Nacho Mama's Appetizers. Appetizer catering for your business parties, business events, or family gatherings. Nacho Mama's Appetizers. Just give them a call. 734-934-7787. Nacho Mama's Appetizers.
You're listening to the John LeBang Show.
And it's so much fun. Why you keep talking? Oh, am I not supposed to? No. Oh, back to John. Here in our final segment, we jump to episode 208 as I discuss my new neighbors and my experience at Burger King. Well, you know it's going to go well with your new neighbors when you find tire tracks all across your front lawn. Yeah, I had my suspicions about these new neighbors that are moving in. They're taking over for one of my best friends on the block, actually. He had to move away after his parents passed away. He owned too many houses, so he got rid of this one here. That's next door to me. And we have a new family moving in. And I had my suspicions that there might be some interesting days that are going to lie ahead of me with these new homeowners that are moving in. I already have interesting neighbors to the north of me. The two houses to the north of me, it's a great time. House directly next to me, well, they're a couple of old hippies who have become hillbillies. So it's a really interesting concept where some old hippies have become hillbillies, and I have them next to me, and they have the little barking dog that if it keeps running up on me and trying to bite my ankles, it's going to become a football soon. The neighbors next to them, we have the cackle of women over there. Women running in and out of that whole place all the time. Kids every once in a while. Parties all the time. They're the neighbors that like to have fireworks, and they move the fireworks to your front yard, so that way when they fire off the fireworks, all the waste is on your yard and they don't have any cleanup to worry about the next day. So the new neighbors are going to fit in, by all accounts, great with the neighbors I have to the north of me. And it should be a spectacular, great time here in my neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, folks. I can't wait for the 4th of July to happen, because I'll have 3D fireworks, I'm sure. I'll have them coming from all around me now. And I'll try to sleep that night, or I'll be live on the radio that night, maybe. And you'll all be able to listen to the latest fireworks display from my neighbor. I had a suspicion when I saw the lady of the house show up for the first time. All 300 pounds of her. No front teeth, or at least it looks like she has no front teeth. I really haven't gotten up close to these people yet. They're in there doing something to the house, and they haven't fully moved in. Although you think they were moved in. Trucks have been coming in and out. People have been out there doing all sorts of things, moving this in and moving this in, and I don't even know what some of these people are doing. A lot of them will just sit around the front yard and smoke cigarettes. They don't go in the house, and they don't carry anything in. They don't carry anything out either. So I'm not sure who they are. Maybe it's a big family. That'll be a good time. Maybe there's like 12 or 13 or 14 of them. That'll give me a lot of privacy, I'm sure. I'm going to miss my old neighbor. He was a really great guy. They were from Lebanon. And they used to have family events, but they were always inviting me and the neighbors over, and they would feed us, and they were very respectful. They would tell me in advance, hey, we're going to have an event, and it might be loud. And I would say, okay, that's great. My other neighbors to the north of me, they don't ever warn me. I usually find out when there's people wasted in my front yard or kids running around with dogs, screaming and hollering and barking. And got to worry about the, seeing bonfires in the front yard with my one neighbor. I was in my house one day and they were having a bonfire, and I didn't know they were having a bonfire, and looked out my front window and I see this billowing smoke coming out of the front of my house, and I'm thinking, oh my God, my car's on fire. And I run out there, and no, my car was fine. It's getting smoked out, by their front yard bonfire. That's how we roll here in my city. And I'm expecting the same out of my new neighbors. So it'll be a fun time, and I think everybody on the block will enjoy being neighbors with each other. And I'll probably have to find a new place to live now, because I'm kind of a quiet guy. I do have my band practices and stuff, so we get loud in those regards, but for the most part, I stick to myself. I work in my garden. I don't do anything too outlandish to where I don't have parties and have people drunk running around my house all the time. But it's okay, because we're going to have that. We don't need me to have that. My neighbors are going to have all that all summer, I'm sure. Every possible occasion. Maybe we'll have a a pig roast in the backyard. They might have a smoke roast. I don't know what they'll be smoking. Smoking some pig, maybe some ribs, maybe some Marahuchi. I don't know. I mean, the city I'm in is fondly named after a state called Kentucky. And we call Taylor Tucky to a lot of people. And the people from Tucky come here to Taylor on us. And they move in and have a bonfire in the front yard. I can't wait for the couches to be placed in the front yard, although the city of Taylor may stop that. I'm not sure. The city may decide that they don't want my neighbors to have a couch in the front yard. You know what I'm really hoping for is that my neighbors will bring in the cows and the chickens and the roosters and all that. Picked up some Burger King before the show. I was a little hungry, hadn't eaten all day. And so I go up there, and I actually wanted a little $5 pizza, but the line there was extremely long. So I go to Burger King. It was the next place over. They had a little deal there, so I order the little deal there, and it's supposed to be fast food, and I pull up, and $7 for a lousy meal from Burger Queen. And they couldn't even have it ready. They made me pull up a little bit there and wait to come out. The girl asked me at the window the order again, because she didn't understand the order, and I verified it. Yes, that's what I said. So then I'm waiting out there for them to show up to bring me my meal, because apparently at a fast food restaurant they can't make food fast. The girl comes out and she's got the bag in her hand. She's looking at me and she's like, "Are you sure this is your order?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I ordered. Can I have it now? Because you guys have now wasted 5 extra minutes of my time here being fast food when it was not so fast to have any fast food. And I didn't even want the food, and they charged me $7.50 for this stuff." So she gives me the bag, and I leave. And as I'm driving, because I want to be at least halfway eaten by the time I get back to the studio so I can get ready to do the show tonight, take a bite of the first sandwich that I ordered, and it wasn't even hot. It was like lukewarm, and I'm thinking, I waited for this? 5 minutes I waited for this. At $7, $7.50, and I got a lukewarm sandwich. Fries had no salt on it. I guess they're trying to keep my blood pressure down. If they really wanted to keep my blood pressure down, they wouldn't have made me wait 5 minutes, or if they would have made me wait the 5 minutes that I had to wait, they'd give me at least a hot sandwich. I should have bit into it, and it should have been too hot for me to eat. But no, it was lukewarm. They always put too much mayo on there. They try to hide the taste by putting 4,000 gallons of mayo on there. Maybe you won't taste how nasty the food is actually. So that's that. I'm going to have indigestion for the whole night, probably. I'm going to have to drink some Pepto-Bismol or something. But how do people, because I don't do this very often, I don't go out and buy dinners for myself very often. How do you people deal with the overpriced, low-quality junk that they feed you at these fast food restaurants? The lines are always around the building. I don't get it. And when you get the food, it's not even good. You think you would get a hot meal, not a warm meal. Can't get that for $7. You get a lukewarm meal for $7. French fries that don't have any salt on them, and they don't put any ketchup in there. So you're eating this dried, frozen, this potato that's been overcooked in oil that should have been changed 6 months ago. And people continually pay these prices for this fast food junk that they feed you. Or you go to a chain restaurant and then you're paying $20 per person after drinks for a halfway decent meal. It ain't great, but it doesn't suck. And I'm thinking, where did the quality and good price go? People have just thrown that out the window. Who cares about giving a quality item and having it at a reasonable price so the both of them match? I don't mind paying $2 for a cheeseburger if it's a good cheeseburger, right? But you don't get a good cheeseburger for $2. Back when I was younger, you could go down to the local bar here and get a 1-pound burger, baby, for $1. And a heaping bowl of fries for another $1. Get yourself a beer for $3. You've got a beer, fries, and burger, and you're a happy camper. $3, you can't even get a beer nowadays. It's overpriced garbage. And because people need to go out and they're either, too busy to cook their own meals, or they're maybe too lazy to cook their own meals. They just want the convenience of it all. They're willing to pay these outrageous prices for mediocre products. And it enrages me, as you can tell. I like getting value for my money. And that's why I don't go out and spend the money at these restaurants very often. Because you rarely get the value. I just read there was like a $200 burger somewhere. $200 burger. There's nothing on the face of the planet. I don't care how good the meat is. I don't care how great the buns are and how nice the lettuce is and all that. There is not a burger on the planet that's worth $200. I don't care who cooked it. I don't care what the meat quality is. The best burger on the planet should only cost like $3 or $4. It's a burger. It's ground up meat. You put lettuce, tomato, a sliced onion on there, ketchup, mustard, maybe a piece of cheese, and that's it. But no, we got to pay $7, $8 for a burger. You go to these chain food restaurants and they're $10 for a lousy burger. You want something good, you want a big old steak or something, $15, $20, $30. They expect people to pay that stuff, and people do pay it. It's ridiculous. Thank you again for listening to the Best of Banger. Hopefully soon we'll have the studio up and running. And until the vibrations of my vocal cords reach your ears again, this is John LeBang signing off from the Banger Studios.
We have liftoff.